Hi, everyone. There are a few questions. Now, I've talked about this in the workshops. Every year I talk about these two low shoes that you see here in front of you. And one is wrong, of course, because it's for the House of the Dead, but everyone seems to use it and actually think it works, etc., etc. Your choice. The real one that we use is the one to the left, and that ends up with 5 numbers in every sector in your home. That's for the house of the living. Because with the house of the dead, you are not breathing, you are not wearing clothes, and you are not eating. But for the house of the living, you are dressing, eating, and breathing. So that sort of thing. So with this timing of what has happened since February 4, a few of the numbers have run out, one number ran out and another came in. So when we say numbers, the number that ran out was a luck number and a money number. So some of you are sleeping still in this number and you shouldn't be, and some of you are activating this number and you shouldn't be. And that's why that's all I can offer you is a review. So I have a lot of people that are paying attention to this and having a review. It's your choice whether you have a review or not. But the shit did hit the fan on February 4 and you felt it and you knew something is wrong. So it is now in your hands. So the age that actually came in is what we call a period 9. It's in Chinese metaphysics, sorry. So when that started, the timing of this starting is amazing because it's also the year of the dragon. So whatever the world dishes out from then on is going to be kapal. So we're talking about age 9 as in age 9 is heavenly blessings. The age 9 is a frequency, an energy like sixth sense, mediumship, clairvoyancy, intellect, alchemy, all of it. So that's why this is very important. The timing of this is very important because the shit has hit the fan all over the world. So it makes you, what and how you see things with your eyes, controlling your emotions with your heart. You've got to have a say, and that's your tongue, mouth. You understand how we absorb things, when they used to tell you needed to protect your skin and then told you 20 years later that it causes cancer. That you understand that and you understand how to cleanse your body. So that's your circulatory system. And even in nature, how nature is working at the moment, that timing of this age 9 is a fire element. And so the world is talking about warmer climate, the world is talking about expansion, the world is talking about awareness, enlightenment. It's also that age 9, the fire is also in this day and age is guns. It's blowing things up. So look what actually is happening. There's a lack of substance. And so this same energy is in your home. That same energy of this age 9 is in your home. That age 9 is also about passion, charisma, inflammations, hysteria, losing control. There's the thing that it's a female energy. So there's the female steps up into football, into a trade, into communications, into travel and more. So that's what the age 9 is, and that's why it's so important. And so how each 20-year functions or work, how the cycle works, we call them 20 Jupiter years. So each year comes in, and when it comes in, it has already been here for 40 years and it's at the last 20 years. So this age 9 this is its last 20 years. It finishes in 2044. So the influence is going to be felt, and it was felt 40 years ago where we had, bookshops start to open, esoteric and all of that things start to happen, shamans and sages and all of that. And in that time period of that, there's this energy that became concentrated and it's the young woman, the young, free, uninhibited young woman came in. And so, women's liberation and things like that, the burning of the bra, and I talk about this more in the course, but to give you an idea of how this works. So what we are in now, which is every day now, is the age, what we call age 9. It is a 9. It's a clinging, as it's called, but not the clinging as you clinging to someone. It's a clinging as in the fuse, that something ignites something else, like a candle can't burn because it's dependent on the wick. A bomb can't go off because it's dependent on the wick. That's the fuse. And the way that this is put together is God causes all creatures to fuse. Fuse meaning something is ignited or something depends on something. So that's just to explain to you how amazing this 20-year cycle is, especially for females. And to add to that, the age of 9 is the other age is that it's turned and a new number has come in and an old number has left, as in you're sleeping in a bad energy now or you're activating a bad energy, and you need to know. But with this fire, because it's a female energy, and what has come in for the next 60 years is also a female energy, which means the negative side of, well, what was here, which was an age 8 as we call it, which was about children, it was about the youth. The age 8 was riches, wealth, finance, all of that, and it's through the earth element, because that's what the element is. Earth is property, all of that, building, etc., etc. Now this is gone, and this 8 is called a mountain. So this mountain now has no backbone, and this is what's happening with the youth. So it hurts younger children, and it is a male element, so it hurts girls too, but it's mainly boys, right? And it's about confusion. It's kind of like, a trans can show 10 million TikTok fans how to inject hormones to become trans. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. But a doctor can't talk about anything to a child about not having that. So this is where it has gone wrong. The thing is, in some homes it will actually be worse, and in other homes they know, or they've been told, or they're having a review. So this age 9, why it's so amazing is because when we look at the trigram, and there's a broken middle line. So there's a solid line on top and a solid line on the bottom, and there's a broken middle line, which means that there's something on the inside. It's hollow and weak, but it still illuminates this world, all right? So it has to, attach itself to that wick or to something to keep burning. And fire is your awareness, because think of where does fire go? It goes up. So it's your awareness, your clarity of insight at the same time. So because the broken line is in the center, it's the odd line out. So that means it's a female, and it's the middle daughter. So that middle daughter is not dependent, but needs something else to keep going, that sort of thing. Body-wise, as I said, it is your consciousness. Eyes, so there'll be a lot of eye problems or eyes getting better, like they'll come up with something for something else. It's an illumination. So blood, heart, circulatory, it'll go one way or the other. Mental illnesses, one way or the other. High fevers, problems, diseases with the blood. Remember, AIDS was one of those first things that became known. It's the circulatory nervous system troubles and the small intestine. And that small intestine basically is, where I said before, how you understand how we absorb nutrients, etc. So on the positive side of this, that quality of insight, recognizing what is wrong and right, the spiritual development, the warming, the hugs, even I hug now. So not if you're wearing bloody links or whatever I do, or j'adore. And it's about beauty, but beauty that is not made up, beauty that is natural. And we had, people had three years with no makeup and realized, yeah, I'm okay without that sort of thing. Self-dependence and getting out. So we will see more clairvoyance. We will see fire is warming the heart, the soul, chefs, that sort of thing. But not the chefs that are putting now saying, yep, you can put MSG. If you had to, I've said this before, if you have to put MSG in your food to make it taste good, then you failed everybody and yourself. Even those that are biologists. Yeah, they know who they are. It's also about war because fire is guns and that bloodshed. So there's two sides to it. It's which you go with, right? So if you go with the negative side, then there's the aggression, the arguments, the competition, the weapons, the drought, the disasters, the dryness, the fighting. It's electrical. And look what they're trying to do, stop gas for electricity. It does turn around in another 20 years, yes. But in the fire that we are in right now, it is, if it goes to the other way and in your home, that fire element, that number is not grounded or activated, then there is paranoia. There are hazards in the home. There are fears in the home. It's like taboos. And look at all the taboos we have today. Okay. So that's the beauty of this age 9. The timing is really, it should just be called consciousness because that's where what it's playing with, messing with, or opening up is your consciousness. So really that's all I can say about it without somebody going, what the, yeah, that type of thing. Yeah, so hopefully that helps you. Now, for those of you that have had home done a while ago, well, not this year, before this year, then you do need a review. You can text me, call me, your choice. And most people do because I kind of 5 years ago started telling people you need to change this to this in this. But that was only a few years ago. All right. So I hope that helps you understand why all this shit is hitting the fan. You need to just look at your home. What are you doing right? What are you doing wrong? You need to call me and call me. That's it. But do not sit there and use what we call the house of the dead here, this, what we call this, and say, oh, it's bullshit. Yeah, you need to wipe your chin because you're dribbling. Have a great week.